Okay, Cath. Today I'm going to present to you the three ideas that we've actually come up with at this first stage development of your identity. What we've done is obviously we've taken all the information that you've given us in the questionnaire, so straightforward stuff you've given us, like you don't want to use green anywhere. We've taken that on board and made sure we've stuck to those requirements. But we've also looked at some of the more aspirational elements within your questionnaire, and hopefully we've referred to those in the concepts that we've developed. The first concept we've developed for you is we wanted something. We wanted to produce something that was very, very clean, clear, very modern looking and vibrant, so that your potential market can see you as a forward-looking, thrusting company. The logo type is obviously referring to a type of windmill. It's an abstract shape, but obviously looking at it, that's one of the first. The idea is obviously to refer to the fact that you generate from wind, but also we've used a very, very modern, kind of almost space-agey type of font to keep this very young, modern feel throughout this concept. We also thought about backing up this idea with a strapline that presented one of your selling points. So within the profile and the questionnaire you gave us, we noticed that one of the key things that you were pointing at is that as the future develops, people are concerned about security of supply of their power. So we've put it up front that you're providing them with security of supply in an uncertain world. We have shown how this concept can be applied across media. So you can see in the visuals here we've looked at what it might look like on a website, a letterhead, the use of photography we'd like to see. So you can see that throughout this concept we're constantly referring back to this palette of colours, this very vibrant approach of photography, so that as time develops, you may not even need to show your logo. Just the very fact that there's an image with this almost like kind of rainbow effect of colours, people will suddenly start thinking of you. So that's the idea behind this this first concept, a very clean, crisp, professional, colourful approach. The second idea, one of the designers kept going on about how they used to love the little windmills they got as a kid, and again that was useful because it's small wind generation. It refers back to what you do. So they went away and produced this idea again with vibrant colours, because we felt this was important. It talks about you as a young, forward-looking organisation, but you've got this kind of more friendly, softer-edged kind of logo, and a different approach to typography. Whilst it's it's not as space-agey a font as appears in the first approach, it's still quite a fresh-looking, crisp use of typography, but also it's changed and used lowercase, which in a way sometimes can actually make a more attractive shape of the actual letter forms themselves. Again, we've visualised how this could be used, and I think you see that we've used vibrant flat colour more than necessarily than the photography that we used in the first approach. And finally, the last idea, we were thinking, what's small and gets affected by the wind positively? Well, of course, seeds travel on the wind, so and a very recognisable shape is the dandelion. So we looked at the idea of using dandelion seeds and the dandelion as reference, referring to the fact that as an organisation you're powered by the wind, and that's how you go forward and develop and grow. So that's what we based the final idea upon. So you can see that with the letterhead and the stationery, how that dandelion visual has been layered upon itself and can produce quite a dynamic layout.
This is quite interesting, but I think it's a bit drab.
I think when we did this approach, I think because we'd used very colourful approaches in the other two ideas, I think we wanted a bit of a contrast there. But I mean, I have to say I agree with you. It probably isn't anything like as eye-catching as the others, and maybe the lack of colour in it is not doing the concept justice. So I'd certainly say, I would certainly agree, if we get that response back from the focus groups as well. In the second stage, that's certainly something we could look at with this idea.
How much is it going to, I mean, these photos, how much is that going to cost? I mean, is that going to be a lot more expensive?
Photography, I mean, one of the core elements of this approach is the use of photography. It's one of the most eye-catching elements within it. What we've done for the visuals is there are certain websites which you can get free photography, and in this visualization process so far we've only used images that are free to use. Now there's obviously a limit to how many photographs are available on this theme, so as time goes on it's quite possible that we will have to, or another photographer will have to, set up photography shoots to enable you to give you more range of photography in the future. But this is certainly something that any organisation over time needs to think about anyway. Certainly as your brand develops, you will need to think about adding to your range of photography available to reference.
I'm not sure that the kite really is selling what we're selling. It looks like, well, it looks like we're selling kites.
Okay, I completely agree. If you saw just the image of the kite in isolation, you might not be sure what this approach is about. Now, there is an element of teasing in this approach. We want people to be a little bit curious about what it's about, but hopefully with the way that the brand will be taken to market, there'll be a certain sequence. So people should be introduced to the brand before they start seeing imagery on its own in isolation. So yes, it is a concern, but we'll certainly set the stage first of all, so that people have been introduced to the brand, what it's about, what it means, so that in the future, when they do just see an image, they already understand what the brand is about. So yes, it's a concern, but that's just about the way we bring the identity to the market.